What's up, guys? Who do we got here? Al, hey, Greg. Thanks, buddy. I love the shirt. We got Luke, Matt. Um, we're gonna do some, I guess, DRT, SRT kind of comparison. I get a lot of questions about SRT and why I use it, and I think a lot of people are kind of confused on how and why SRT even works. I think they're kind of, it scares them off because it's so different, they think. But I'm going to try to give away a few tips that I use in SRT. See if I can get you guys a little closer. And try to explain this in a way that makes sense to everybody. Anik asks if I do a lot of crane work. I do not. Wow, that is way up there, isn't it? You should see this weird little device I got set up. It's like a selfie stick on the end of a music stand. But no, I don't do a lot of crane work. I've never done crane work, to tell you the truth. I've never had the opportunity. I've never really needed it, I guess, to where I had to have it. So I've always kind of figured a way around it. I feel like there's always a way around it. You can always do it some way. So, but that's kind of the hillbilly in me, probably. What do you? Do I like the unisender? Well, you are just like dead on with stumping me. I haven't used the unisender either. Looks like a great device. I think it looks awesome, but I had the chance to use it. I understand how 99% of the devices work because this is the way I look at SRT. Let me do a quick thing here for you guys. I got both these systems here set up. See if I can. All right, now a little bit more. All right, we have this DRT system, which is the hitch climber, the prusik, and we're attached here. Right up here, there's a friction saver, but the friction saver is just going to make everything run smooth here. Now, with DRT, you have a moving rope system. You have to physically bring the other end with you. So that's what makes the system moving, you know. So you're using it, you're bringing this line with you. It's not doing anything except for following you. It's physically creating friction up there in the crotch. That's what allows this part with the hitch to work. This part works because the following of this one following creates that friction. That makes it to where this little prusik can stop you. Okay? Same thing now in reverse. We take an SRT system. Here's where I want to get close. Alright, now we have the device here. Now, this is not a moving system, but disregard this wrench if it's not there. Now, just like in our dual system, we have, look at the way these ropes are lined up. This one is offset from this one. Now look here. In SRT, the reason this works is because this rope is offset. It's offset from here. This bend that it creates right here creates that same friction that you get with a dual crotch, with a dual system in a crotch. It's creating that friction here. The dual system, I don't care what anybody says, this part with the hitch climber and the prusik, it runs the rope. It just travels up and down this part of the rope. Same as when an SRT system moves up and down that rope, except for I have this, in SRT, I have this one that follows as a stationary rope, base anchored at the bottom of the tree. So I don't need, there's no need to bring this rope with you. You know, you don't have to. That was what they were trying to eliminate with coming up with SRT, is why do I have to bring this part with me? Why can't I make this stationary and travel the entire rope instead of only getting half use out of my rope? I have to use twice as much rope. This has got to follow me at all times. It's got to go through all these crotches. I can eliminate all that by creating that offset of the two ropes and that friction. They want to create that somewhere else, which is the whole reason for the wrench. The wrench just creates, when it's fully engaged, look at it here, when it's fully engaged there, it really kicks that rope off to the side, makes a big bend, and there's that dual system. The wrench is making that. I don't know if you guys, does that make any sense? I guess I'm not the best guy to be explaining it, but you know, that's my way of trying to, you know, explain what's going on when you use SRT as opposed to DRT, or, you know, a stationary system as opposed to a moving system. When I use SRT, which I always use SRT, sometimes, you know, some of you guys may use SRT to get up in the tree, but then you want to work the tree DRT with a dual system. You can do that, and I have a little system. Let's say this rope, I traveled up it, now I'm up into it, and I want to work it with a dual system. I'll take something like this, which is there's a Delta Petzl. There's a Petzl micro pulley and a CMI CMI carabiner. That's a backup for the pulley, and plus it holds the pulley. But I'll take that system, take it onto my climb line, start wrapping. Make sure I'm doing that right, because none of this will make sense if I don't. So then I'll take and I'll run a dual system off this, like that. Okay, now I'll set that, you know, up in there, and if you wanted to, you could put a stopper knot to back it up. But then I'm able, okay, let's say I want to work the tree up dual now, and I'm going to work the tree up, but then I get over, say I get over somewhere, and I want to bring this system over, I want to retie in and leave that stationary rope. So what I would do is, I usually have a retrieval ball, but I'm hoping this will work. Just a simple knot, and I would pull it back through. It's probably not going to pass through it because of that, but my retrieval ball goes through that, and then it catches the micro pulley, and this system is retrievable. I don't like to put a stopper knot in there because then you have a stopper knot, you know, left there that kind of is a bummer, but yeah, that little system's a way to climb off single, but yeah, just another little SRT trick for anybody who wants to know. Forgot anything else I can give away. Oh, when you're working up a tree, you guys saying here, exactly like antique without the T. Anik? What's up, John? Matt, you like that? Yeah, that is it's a neat little system. I mean, it's a oversized prusik that I use, just a little pulley, but another thing that makes it so easy for, how you doing, Steven? Makes it so easy for me to use SRT is I use a, let me give you another, a quick little trick with anchoring. I base anchor 90% of the time, and I base anchor because I can make that real quick. Let's say I shoot the rope up and I get it into a crotch, but I feel like I want to go up, but I want to get up there, then I want to reset my rope just a little higher, just get that perfect tie-in point. So what I'll do is, for base anchoring, instead of doing all the tying it off and everything and having all that there, I have an adjustable system. All it is a rope and a prusik, okay? Check it out. So this is just daisy chained, so that I can store it a little easier. The only thing on this is this prusik and a carabiner, okay? Now, it's just like an adjustable cambium saver or friction saver for up in the tree, but what I did is I don't even know what they call those, but I tied one in the end of the rope. I used to use this for a lanyard, but I take this system, I'll turn to the tree a little bit, and I will, are we on there? Yeah, okay. Get you a little closer. So I'll take this system, and like I said, it's adjustable. You'll take the beaner off, and then you can't see what I'm doing. So you take the beaner off the prusik and pass both of them eyes through that eye that you have in the end of the rope. And now that you have them both through there, through that, now you can snug it to the tree, the prusik, and snug it down as tight as you can get it. And then you're going to clip your carabiner in. And then you'll use the end of your rope, which let's just pretend like this is the end of the rope, and clip it in. It is your base anchor now. So if I need to unclip so that my guy can allow me to reset my rope, it's just as simple as him walking over to the tree, me relieving a little pressure off, he unclips, lets me take it up, I throw that in back through where I want it, send it back down to him, he walks back over, clips it back on, that's it. It's a really simple system, and I mean, for anybody that base anchors, it saves a lot of time of all that messing around and having to tie knots and everything, and You know, it's easy. I could make that rescue ready by, you know, attaching another prusik, carabiner, stuff like that. So, but let's see. You know what? I don't really. I got this little thing I can show you guys. If you climb SRT, a nice trick to have in the arsenal is to make you a good little grapple hook. What that is what's a carabiner? Yeah, hey Scott, definitely try that basic. It's such a simple idea. It's, you know, you can make anything for that end, but just a prusik that'll pass through and then clip up. It's adjustable, so monster trees, it's all just that quick. But for SRT, I use a grapple hook a lot. If let's say I'm way over here tied in. Take one. Instead of simulating it, totally we'll do it like this. Take that thing down, and I'm tied in over here. We'll really do it that way. It looks right. Okay, I'm tied in over here, guys. Now, do we still have the little tree in the picture? Do we have everything? Okay. See, I'm here. We have our little tree here, and I want to. That's the next crotch I want to get to. Now, instead of going all the way down and back up the other side, I go across. I'm tied in, but I'll take my hook, I'll chuck it over, my hook is stuck, okay? Now I have this. Now either make yourself a capture device with a prusik and a carabiner, which this isn't life support, so it's okay. Just something that when you tighten it up, it captures your tension, so you can let this out and then tighten up and work your way over. What I use is the gree. This is how it works. It's a device. It's got a handle on the back for releasing the cam. There's the inside. Rope goes in and back out this side. So, I'm hooked in here, and my life support's my rope wrench. I want to get over there. So, all I'm really going to do is just start pulling. This isn't a regular climb line, but I start pulling my tension in just as quick as I can. Try that again. Now I'm here, and I'll pull this one in, get it good and tight, release this one. Pull this one real tight, and I'll come across. Then when I get over, undo that, take my climb line, pull it back out, reroute over here. So, it's definitely a good thing to have if you're in a lot of wide spanning trees. You know, it's not gonna work so good if you're in just some tall skinny pines, but yeah, big wide oaks and stuff like that. But I don't think I got any more tricks and stuff. Just kind of curious what everybody's been doing. Now we can just sit here and BS. What's everybody been up to? Is if Dustin, how you doing, buddy? Here, while we're sitting here, might as well plug Custom Graphics, because they are doing our shirts. So don't know if everybody's seen the post, but yeah, Custom Graphics is doing our shirts. There'll be 3 of them. Check out the description. There is I don't know if I can put a link in this video. I'll try, but if not, I think there is a link on the community post. Yeah, they have a decal and the three shirts. So go check them out. Hopefully you guys like them. But other than that, that was kind of all I really had planned for this. What did has everybody been working? Has the weather been too crappy to work, or? Let me see here. Sorry guys, I missed a few. Dustin's been playing in the snow all day. Phew. I did yesterday, but it was pretty rough. We trimmed some oaks and I couldn't get any of my cameras to work. I think we maybe got the first shot of shooting the throw ball up in, but that was it. Scott says oh, thanks man. Yeah, I really like them too. I feel like it's kind of narcissistic to wear your own face around, but I kind of want one. You know? Francisco wants to know, have I ever tried the tree squeeze? I think I know what you're talking about. I've just always used that technique with either my carabiner thrown around, and then I pull the two. I'll throw my rope around like that, around something, and then I'll just clip here. And I think that's what you're talking about, but it's the lanyard with the additional prusik in the middle, where you can do spar work and not slip, right? I mean, I may be wrong, but I think that's what you're talking about. Correct me if not. But yeah, if that's what you're talking about, I've kind of used that. I've never physically bought one that was called the tree squeeze, but yeah, I've used that technique for a while. Scott, awesome. You guys are still working? Cool. Yeah, sorry I have to keep putting my finger up there, but I mean, I can't see the comments if not. There, I'll put my finger over that way, not towards the camera. It makes it so shaky when I do this. Al says he took down a pin oak today. That is awesome. How'd that go? Awesome, Matt. I kind of sound like me. That's what I do. Always drinking too much coffee. Francisco, yeah, that's a really, it's just a smart technique. Any guy that's done big, tall, skinny trees, I really think it's perfect for linemen. I think all linemen should use that when climbing poles. It's brilliant. You know, when you just have a skinny pole that you're climbing, it locks in the hips, which is super important. When my hips are locked in and I feel sturdy there, I'm good. That's probably when I feel my most comfortable. So definitely like that someone has pushed that, because it's kind of been I guess a little secret technique that you probably see in some older videos of mine that I use that. It's kind of always been one of them secrets that you kind of pick up from another wizard of the trade, you know, and I think I've probably picked that up watching someone else's videos and caught it. Couldn't tell you who. I wouldn't doubt it if it wasn't August or maybe Lawrence or somebody. So Al says the pin oak sucked. Oh, that's no. I always like a good removal. I think I may have a couple coming up for you guys, so it should be fun to do. I got one that goes panning out over a house. Dustin, does it? Yeah, the squeeze is really. If you're doing, like I said, spar work, working on the trunk, going up the trunk, the fact that you don't have this big gap that allows for the swing, what it does is it takes that rope, cinches it up, and you almost get the feeling of, you know, a main center tie-in point. You know, that's almost the feeling in the saddle. So if you haven't done it, or you haven't used one yet, definitely give it a go. What you're going to do is just take your normal lanyard setup and slap something like that on it. And then when you're around the tree already here, and you'd be, pretend like my arm is the tree, you'll take this and you'll cinch it up over to the other side, which will bite down and stop the spinning. If that helps. A lot of rigging. Those are my favorites though, so. What's up, Greg? Yeah, it really does. Personally, I don't really ever find myself climbing up into a tree without my rope already it being set already. I feel like a lot of accidents and a lot of silly, the silly falls and just mishaps happen on the way up the tree. So to avoid having those falls, slips, scrimped up arms, it's too simple to set your rope, even if you're going to set it on a bottom limb and then reset it again and reset it again and reset it again. You're taking out that chance. That's what we should do as tree climbers, is eliminate them risks. The things that we do, which there's a billion of these things that can hurt us, we take them out. We eliminate them risks because we have enough of them to deal with. So Matthew, yes, it does get the blood flowing, don't it? Nothing like it. It's my favorite. What's up, Joe? Tell you what, guys. Greg made this wrench tether for me. He also made that wrench tether for me. And he's also cooler on the other side of the pillow. I don't know what he's wanting to do, but I think, I'm gonna field test this thing like crazy. But man, it's nice. It's really nice. I like it. Didn't know how I would like a stiff or metal tether. Didn't know if I'd like it really at all, but man, it's been sweet. I've used it with the hitch climber. Use it here with the ISC pulley. It fits in the middle of this one. It goes on the outside of the hitch climber, but yeah, it's been really, really awesome. Cold in Michigan, Joe says. I bet it is, man. Ooh, Al. Al says he had a new groundie. Those are always rough times, man. Always rough times, really it is. Scott is saying that Greg did a good job, and Scott is 100% right, because Greg did a hell of a job on that, and I've been nothing but impressed with it. So if that's something that I don't know what his intentions was with making them, but I've had a lot of interest in it from everybody. So Greg, there's a lot of fellers out there that like your wrench tether. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to put nothing on anybody, so that doesn't want it. Oh, really? West Virginia. Sweet. No, Francisco. I think, I mean, the time that a guy sits up in a tree farting around, or why pass up a bunch of stuff when you can set your climbing line from the ground and work it up as you go up? Why go all the way up that tree, tie in, come all the way down there, start working it up? That doesn't make any sense to me. First of all the way up, potential to fall. There are times where you have to take your lanyard off. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, you got 2 lanyards, whatever. It's just not safe. It's 10 times quicker. There's a learning curve for setting the rope, and that's something that is, some days it's a little off. Those are the days where you say, hell with trying to get my super high tie-in point. I'm going to go with a limb lower and have a setup like I was showing you that can easily be unclicked, reset, click back up. No one's going to convince me that that's not quicker. The way that I've finally adjusted everything, these little tricks makes SRT quicker, makes it safer in my opinion, and and easier to use. I know a lot of guys I climbed DRT for my entire life, SRT for a couple years. I don't climb DRT anymore. I climb SRT, and it takes a little bit to learn the tricks, but it's well worth it, I promise. So, Francisco, we think I'm totally with you. I like to have my climb line set. I don't know if you set yours from the ground or you go all the way up and then set it, but I like to set mine from the ground. If I don't get that super high tie-in point, my tie-in is, I usually set it before I really get into any major rigging, but if you can work up the rigging path on your way, clear the rope path, that kind of stuff, so. Bazin, Missouri. Huh. There was zag in it. Yeah, I wish I had a zigzag. That's one thing that I've never tried the mechanical prusik. I think it would be pretty cool. I've seen a lot of guys use them. A lot of guys like them, so. Israel, Miranda, well, thank you. Appreciate it. Scott is interested. I guess you're interested in the wrench tether? Freezing in Michigan. Oh man, I can only imagine. I complain about mine. I guess I should suck it up. You get it way worse than me. Whoa, what is that? What is that? You can. Can you do that on here? Joe, did you just donate money? Yeah, you guys don't get me all red faced like this. Don't, dude. Thank you. I mean, if so, you've done something that I've never seen before. So I've seen it on Buckin's page. I can say that. I mean, I didn't know that that's just regular live feeds. You can do that, man. Thank you. He says small gift. Dude, I appreciate it. Hey, J-Mac. Massachusetts, man. I don't know about all that. It is cold up there, and I'm complaining about what I got going on down here. I can only imagine. Joe, thank you, man. That's... Yeah, Scott, I'll get you Greg's number. Matthew says it makes sense. Sweet. Thanks, guys. J&E Lawn Service wants to know where is the 201. It's in my truck. Still use it every day. When I'm not doing like prune jobs and stuff like that. Mike sent me that 150, and it's just hard to not want to use it. It just works so good. It's so nice. It's so light. It just kind of blows my mind. It's another guy that, you know, you guys are crazy. It just blows my mind sometimes. I'm just a hillbilly making a few videos, and sometimes I just almost get embarrassed. But yeah, the 201, man, it's on the truck. It's still running. It's a beast. Francisco, always, man, that's something that I try to push on guys. Set your line before you go up in the tree. I mean, eliminate risk, you know. Invest in your longevity. Main thing, if you want to stay in this, invest in your longevity and eliminate risk. If you don't eliminate risk, you're not really investing in longevity. They kind of go hand in hand there. But tell you what, I kind of like. I like this part of the live feed more than the trick stuff. It's snowing and crap outside right now. I can hear it hitting the windows.
Is it snowing?
I can hear it, yeah, hitting the windows. It sounds like sleet or something, actually. It's my wife. Use SRT and DRT. Francisco says, so did you like the, do you ever work DRT off your SRT line? You know, so you don't have to reset it. Well, something like that. I didn't want to do that and use this until I found myself, I can't even remember what tree it was, but I found myself wanting the DRT, but I wanted this back. I wanted to be able to retrieve this back. And it just, you know, I was running, got to the end of my SRT rope. I had rerouted so many times. I run out of rope and I was like, slap this onto it, put the stopper knot. But then I actually retrieved the whole thing together because it was base anchored. But if the rope would have touched the ground, I just always needed it to be retrievable. And the fact it's retrievable, that's what sold me on being able to climb, you know, DRT off the SRT line. Just a good trick to know. New to SRT, Al says, and interested in the wrench. Guys, how about anybody who is interested in the wrench? Let me talk with Greg and let him, because I really don't want to push him into something that, he's got his own gig going on, and this may have just been a one-off thing, and I don't want to push too much on somebody that's kind of not ready for it, but or doesn't really want to do it, or maybe he does. Let's give me a little bit. I will discuss it with him, and if he's up for it, maybe we'll do something. I'll let you guys all know. We'll put a link. Try to help him out if he wants to. Try to help you guys out. Oh, Joe, thank you. You guys, that's crazy. It just you blow my mind. That's awesome. I don't even know what to say. Thank you. I mean, I'm not used to that kind of stuff. My whole gig here in the tree industry, I've kind of only ran into cutthroats and guys that were looking to step on you to get to the next spot. Since I've been doing the videos and stuff, I can say that I've met some awesome people. So changed my mind about that. But, guys, it's yeah. There's been some crazies. There's always crazies. I mean, without the crazies, I like a little bit of crazy. Always. So. Do I need anything? No, I mean, I'm a human. I want everything. I can't say that I truly need anything. I tell you what, if any of you guys end up going and getting shirts or do buy any of the shirts, please send me a picture. You know, I would like to see that you guys got them, like them. Send me a picture. Maybe I can put them in some videos and stuff like that. Just for me. So if any of you do end up doing that, I'll work out something. My email is at bufebeckett.com. You can email me.
No, baby, it's bufebeckett@gmail.
Oh, is it? Oh, hang on.
That's your email.
It's bufebeckett@gmail.com.
It's spelled Buf.
Buf is Beauf.
E spelled Beckett, so they know it's K.
So, you guys, I'll put it in the video. Whatever. Francisco says people panic in Georgia for a half an inch of snow. Well, you know what? I think we were getting a couple inches, and I accidentally went to the grocery store before I came home because I went and gave an estimate for like a half-mile stretch of oak trees, lifting them all up 20, 25 foot so they could get some gravel through there. And the guy thought I was like super overpriced after I gave him the bid, and I was only doing it for like $50 a tree. So, I mean, I was trying to throw him a bone, and when he came back at me like I was crazy, it blew my mind. It kind of like offended me. But yes, I was already aggravated, and I go to the grocery store, and everybody and their mom is there because we're going to get an inch of snow. So the world is coming to an end, and everyone needs to stockpile on everything, especially water, bread. You ain't gonna eat all that bread. You ain't gonna drink all that water. So I don't understand. See, Dustin says that they had 6 inches. See, we had 6 I'd say close to 6 inches once it's still on the ground. Um, I went out and worked in it. If any of you follow me on Instagram, you've seen my story yesterday, which was us doing the oak trees. Sometimes if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see some jobs that you won't see on YouTube. My Instagram is Buf Beckett also. So you'll see some jobs that you won't see on YouTube, and kind of keep up with me a little more if you don't get enough of the channel. There's always that. But yeah, I worked out in it yesterday, and we've had about 6 inches. I think we're gonna get more inches, but hopefully no more than that. I'm over the snow already. Yeah, you have to try that technique. I have a well, it's up there, but I have a ABR friction saver too that if you hook it up right and almost use the BT technique and do it in the right order, you can make it retrievable off of it too, so it's pretty sweet. That was to Francisco. Sorry if that just seemed out of the blue. Matt wants to know if I'm going to buck and stock. I don't know. Probably not, but maybe. I don't know. Let's see what I got going on around that time and kind of play it by ear. I don't plan anything out. I'm a spur of the moment kind of person. So I swallow cum. What? Why would you ever make your name that? And you know what? And I'm glad I kind of mumbled that, because I feel like red-faced right now. You have I thought my handle was a little weird, but yours is very funny. But I'm not going to draw too much attention to it. Everybody can pick up on that themselves. You got me, though. Hello to you, too. Matthew says most tree guys he likes. You know what? I like most of them I run into, but there's this standoffishness between us when we physically meet. I've want to like camp out and stuff like, and there's that weird alphas kind of coming together. It's the personality traits. They clash for a second, then it's like respect. So, social media, it's really easy to respect a person a little more, I guess. It's also easier to talk and run your chops, which I don't know what the deal is right now, but wow, I have had some of the craziest comments here lately, and people are just, I don't know, weather needs to pick up and get nice, because people are going stir crazy and getting cabin fever and saying some crazy crap. And I don't understand why you do it. You're not really affecting the people you're saying it to, and you're wasting your own time. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, Al, I totally agree. I feel like there's enough trees for, Al says, that there should be more brotherhoods than that. If there was more of that brotherhood, there wouldn't be as many hacks. Maybe. I think you're always gonna have them kind of guys. It's in a man's core, I think, to want to run a chainsaw. A lot of guys that don't do trees enjoy watching the videos, because every guy likes running the chainsaw, and every guy likes money. And as long as that customer's not asking you about insurance and this and that, some guys see that there's money in tree work, and I'm gonna go do it. They may even look at that customer and tell them, yeah, I got insurance. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're a welder that does this on the weekends, and you worked at Townsend for a week back when you were 16, and you stole a saddle. That doesn't count. But I get along with most of the tree guys that I see, but I kind of get, I don't know. Either you get respect or you totally clash. That's just the way it works. You know, it's hard to respect some of the guys you work around when you don't respect the work that they do. So it's hard to want to be brothers when you look at some of the work they do and they talk you down to other customers. And so Francisco wants to know what I think of 3-strand rigging rope. You know what, man? I have no experience with it. I see a lot of guys that do, and I, just by the looks of it, I don't know. I feel like all them grooves and stuff is gonna, you're getting constant friction at certain points on that. I don't know. I should probably have one for the maze dam because that's what it's made for, is a 3-strand, but I don't have any experience with it. I know some guys that swear by it though. Joe, thanks, buddy. I appreciate everything, and we'll catch you next time. All right. Jalen Gonzalez wants to know, is that a Rion tether? No, it is not. That is a brown tether. So, um, I said it earlier in the video. You have to kind of check through, maybe spin back a little bit here in just a second. We're about to end this one. I'll talk to, like I said, Greg, and see what he thinks. If he's wanting to maybe start selling some tethers, if he does, I will let everybody know give you guys his information and stuff. So let me catch up on these comments before we end this. Israel's got snow coming. You guys are answering them for me before I get a chance to. Greg, you're on. Zach, how you doing, buddy? You kind of caught us on the tail end of this one, guys. It's kind of late. Pretty tired. And this light is really killing me. I'm gonna have to figure a different spot to set it up so it doesn't blind me the whole time. But guys, this was awesome. I like doing this. I just got my phone switched over, so we'll do more of them if you guys like them. So, you guys have a good night, and we will catch you again soon.